Hello and welcome back to episode 2 of playing Pokemon Platinum with a team that you had never beaten it with before. The first thing that I decided to do was catch another Pokemon, and that encounter that I got was Ponyta. Now I did want to add a fire type to the team because the gym leader coming up was a grass type, and I think Ponyta will be a great choice. I've never used a Rapidash before, and I was really happy with this decision because I'm not sure exactly how to run Ponyta, but I'm gonna figure it out while we go. If you don't remember last episode, we did defeat the first gym, and today we're gonna be making our way to Eterna City to try to defeat the second gym. We had to deal with our first bit of drama with Team Galactic, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't read a single word of what they were saying. I know they want to take over space or time or both, I'm not really sure. We had Ponyta up in front. Ponyta had already gained a couple levels since being caught, and after a while Ponyta did take down the opponent. Now, the level cap for this gym is level 22, so I had to be careful to not go ahead and over level. Prinplup was already up to level 17, so I couldn't really level up that much. I ended up going back to the Orb of Mine, I believe, to find items, and instead I ran into a Geodude, and I thought, well, I need somebody to use Rock Smash. I don't want to use one of my starters or Ponyta, so I decided to catch a Geodude. I do need a Rock Ground type. There is an Electric type gym. I will let you know, Geodude is going to be replaced later on in this series, but for now, Geodude will be a nice piece of this team. Now, we did teach Geodude Rock Smash, and we did end up getting the TM for what looks like Rock Tomb, something I didn't want to get rid of yet because I know we're going to add a Pokemon that might need it later. Now, we had almost made our way to Floroma Town, and Ponyta was starting to pick up some levels nicely, all the way up to level 11 here, before moving on, and even Geodude was getting it on the action against Pachirisus. Geodude was kind of putting up a good fight, and I really did enjoy using Geodude on the team, because I felt like, even though it was weak to a grass-type gym that we would be facing, I liked having a Pokemon that gets underlooked a lot. Now, while exploring throughout the town, we saw that there were these two blue-haired kids hiding from the rest of the town, and they wouldn't let us pass. We ended up finding this little girl who wanted us to save her dad, and said that her dad was trapped by some of these Team Galactic grunts. After sneezing my brains out, I was able to return to action, where we had finally gotten to battle one of our first Galactic grunts in Floroma Town. Now, they were blocking the Valley Windworks, and so we had to battle this guy in order to get inside of the building. And the team was starting to shape up pretty nicely. Ponyta had gone all the way up halfway to level 13 already. And Geodude and Prinplup were also getting experience as we were going. Now, after defeating this guy, he wouldn't let us in the building, and so we had to go back to those two shady characters and go ahead and battle them because they were holding on to a man who has some honey for us. Now, Ponyta, again, battling through poison, was able to take down the opponent and level up. I was really starting to enjoy using Ponyta on this team. It wasn't over yet, as we still had to battle another trainer, and Prinplup came up clutch for us. Prinplup had almost gotten up to level 18, and by now, it was time to move on to the next fight. We ended up gaining the Works Key, which was going to help us get into the Valley Windworks, and once we got in there, we had to fight some more blue-haired kids. Now, I wasn't really listening to a lot of the text, I was just enjoying hanging out with a Pokemon that I'd never used before. Ponyta had gained all the way up to level 14 before our matchup with the red-haired girl. I forget what this girl's name, pretty sure it was Jupiter or Saturn or Mars. Probably Mars because Mars is red, but one of those red planets, I don't even know. Saturn, Mars. Okay, I knew that. I definitely knew that, and I'm not watching this later back. Big thumbs up, gang. Now, Ponyta, who had just gotten up to level 14, was still running through the competition, but the Purugly was coming out, the much feared Purugly, and I thought I'd be able to take it out, but as I had to switch out to Geodude, I looked to pivot, and it looked to me like Geodude was going to be knocked out, but that's okay because we still got to get a little bit of damage in on Purugly before Geodude fainted. Prinplup came in and was our savior as the scratch left us on 1 HP, and I had to heal up. Luckily, since I had a super potion, I was able to get all the way back up to full health before battling again. Now, Prinplup was able to use Bubble and survive on 4 health and also level up to level 18, which is only 4 levels away from the level cap. We also saved some dude and his daughter, I'm not really sure, but apparently he was really stinky. And now, we were able to catch our next Pokemon, which I had to do a little time management and save it and, move it around. So here we go. We were battling Drifloon. And Drifloon is a Pokemon I've also never used before, and I know I'm catching all these Pokemon in one episode, and I don't want you to be discouraged because it's not going to be like this. I only had one more chance to catch it as its burn was taking it down into the red health. So I had to cross my fingers and hope, and the Pokeball, yeah, it shook 3 times, and I was able to catch Drifloon and add it to the team. I love being able to have a Ghost and Flying type as well as my Prinplup because I feel like the two of them will bounce off each other well. At this point, Ponyta had already gotten up to level 15 and learned Flame Wheel before entering Eterna Forest, where we met this girl who wanted to be our friend. I'm not really sure what her deal is, but she wanted a friend to go along with, so whatever, I guess I'll be helpful. Now again, going through this forest, we had to be careful because Ponyta had already gotten up to level 18, and even Drifloon was gaining levels, getting all the way up to level 17. I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but I was just hoping that I can get through the forest without over-leveling. Before we got out of the forest, and we finally left this girl whose name I'm forgetting. She did give us a Soothe Bell to show how much she loved that she got to travel with us, which I guess was cool. But we're going to cut to more hand-holding from Tyler, where we get to see Tyler's future version. Aw, so pretty with the blue hair, Tyler. Please do that. I would love that. Now, Cyrus and this is going to talk about distortion, time, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. We'll get there later. And we had a little run-in with Cynthia, who is the champion of the game. Now, not really going to comment much about Cynthia. All I know is I'm not prepared to fight her yet. And into the second gym we go. Now, I wasn't really concerned for these fights as we had Ponyta and Drifloon both super effective against the grass-type gym. Ponyta was also learning new moves while running through the gym, which was great to see, but we still had to be careful not to level up over the level cap. Now, here's the part that annoyed me. I don't really like this gym puzzle. You guys can have your own opinions, but I don't like the whole clock. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of the Gen 4 gym puzzles, you know? I mean, there's the cool one. I think there's an ice puzzle. There's the one with the steel gym, and then there's the electric puzzle. And then I guess the ghost one's pretty cool. And then Crasher Wakes, his is pretty hard. I don't know, I don't really like the gym challenges in this game, and I feel like other games do it so much better. With that being said, Drifloon was able to survive paralysis and get off a couple of Budoos and destroy them in order to get to the next battle. It was up to Ponyta and Drifloon to kind of carry us through this gym, and Ponyta's new move, Flame Wheel, was coming in handy more than I thought. But both of my Pokemon were paralyzed before getting to the gym, so I had to make sure I won these battles before getting too cocky with myself. Both Pokemon were leveling up nicely and taking out these Budoos with no issue. They were teeing them up like it's T-ball and knocking them out of the park. As you saw, Budoo trying to use moves didn't matter because Ponyta was just going to knock them out no matter what was happening. We ended up getting past that gym again, which led to another scene of this weird clock thing. I don't get what this has to do with a grass type gym. Like, I know the gens later did a great job of it, but like the fourth gym in Gen 6, X and Y, I love the way that they did that grass gym where you had to like climb up things, and even like Berg's gyms. Now that last battle that was shown, nothing really happened, just kind of beat it, and now we were ready for the gym. The file did get corrupted, which sucks, but let me show you, my Drifloon gets knocked out here, and I was scared because Drifloon was kind of my hope and prayer going into this, and I don't know. I thought maybe I could just solo everything. I really wanted to sweep with Drifloon, and it didn't happen. So I thought maybe Geodude can come in and self-destruct, and it didn't happen. So that left Ponyta, which is where I should have started because it Flame-Wheeled Roserade and gave us our second gym. Just like that, we were 1/4 of the way done with Pokemon Platinum, at least the gym part of that, and we were able to get the second gym from Gardenia. She my dog though, for real. Now, that's going to be all for today. In the next episode, I will be catching another Pokemon, and I'm really excited for you guys to see who it is because we got to go a little underground. Stay tuned, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.